Hi everybody, Dr. Jen here. Today's tip for building self-compassion is actually a very common belief in our society that I think we need to dismantle in order to embrace self-compassion. I think this is the biggest piece that's preventing most of us from having the self-compassion that we need to live optimal lives and to feel well. So this belief is that self-compassion is somehow weak and passive, and that criticizing ourselves is the most effective way to motivate ourselves to do better in life. And it's easy to understand the weakness in this argument when you look at external people. So if you imagine the value of your best friend who encourages you, who helps guide you through your challenges with patience and gentleness, who sees the best in you. And then you think about that bully that you had that was constantly noticing everything that was wrong with you and all of your failures and criticizing you for those things. Which of those people is most effective at helping you live your best life, at helping you take on challenges that might be scary or difficult, and have confidence in yourself and believe in yourself? I think it's probably obvious to most of you that that best friend is much more effective at creating that sense of confidence and that self-esteem than that bully is. And all of us, including our children, have these inner voices. We have somebody inside of us who notices the good things, and we have an inner critic who notices all of the things that we don't do well. So when you're working with your child, when you notice that they have difficulty taking on challenges, that they're afraid to fail, or that they're very hard on themselves, ask them what they would say to a best friend in that situation. So ask them, if your best friend failed this test, what would you tell them? And then try to have them use that narrative on themselves. So we want our children to create an inner best friend. We want to be our own best friends because we're with ourselves all the time. And that voice in our head has a lot of power over what we think about ourselves and what it means when things happen to us in life. So help your child to develop that inner best friend instead of that inner critic.